throwing families with very, very sick children out in the cold, evicting them simply because they will not become customers of the big farm guy. It almost sounds like an exaggeration, and I really want this to be an exaggeration, but it isn't.
Well, I'm just asking, like we got this last night.
Yes.
And, it's just pretty disturbing. I'm just wondering if it's legit. Is this saying that like everybody's who's not vaccinated is getting evicted?
Well, we have a grace period to which you can get your first dose, but essentially as of January 17th, it's a board mandate.
Welcome back to High Impact Flicks. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know, and don't forget to subscribe to my private email list through my website, highimpactflicks.com. And while we have this connection on this platform, check out the description for my other channels on other censor-free platforms. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Hey guys, one of the reasons I promote things on my channel is because I use them. And I use them because I believe they benefit me. They help promote strength, endurance, and energy. Energy? I give you some freaking energy around here. A lot of nature's top fruits and vegetables that support a healthy heart, circulatory system, and high energy happen to be red. So come on, spit it out. Where do we get some of this red stuff? I drink Eternal Reds because it's got 8 specific foods that promotes energy. And these foods would be costly and time consuming to get in your typical diet. So click the link in the description and grab some energy. You know, I wanted to do this video because I heard somebody say something about this under my last video that I uploaded on High Impact Flicks, and I just couldn't believe it. So I went searching around, and some stories just sound so evil and so dastardly that they enter the arena of the unbelievable. Here, let me just picture this. A family who has a child who has a severe illness, and they get financial support and donations to be put up in a house because a lot of these treatments that these kids get are in locations that the parents don't live in. So they move, temporarily to a place for 1.5, 2 years or whatever. So they get these donations and they get sponsored and all that, and they put them up in this house. Imagine getting an eviction notice. The family of the severely ill child who's getting treatment in that location, they get an eviction notice that if you don't bow down to the altar of Jabbo, if you and your entire family don't become customers of Big Pharma, you're not going to have a place to live. That's exactly what's going on here. We're going to read this, and I'm going to show you proof that this is actually going on. Canadian Ronald McDonald House threatens to evict un-VAXX child cancer patients and their parents. No joke. This is not hyperbole. This isn't going off the deep end. This isn't misinformation. Ronald McDonald House in British Columbia and Yukon, Canada, plan to evict child cancer patients. Just think about it. Just like, what kind of heartless, conscience-seared monster do you have to be to actually hand this notice in and then follow through with it? What kind of heartless individual do you have to be a law enforcer to respond to a call? Yeah, we gave them an eviction notice, and yeah, while the kid does have, late stage leukemia and they're getting treated for this, and their cancer, their family's going to be kicked out on the street, we need you to come and make sure that you kick them out. What law enforcement agent is actually going to respond to that? Oh yeah, this is what I get paid for. I collect a paycheck to do this kind of thing. What is going on with our world? What is going on with the hearts of individuals? Plan to evict child cancer patients and their parents if they don't get the you-know-what by the end of January. And rather than read this to you right here, I'm gonna show you the actual letter. This right here is the actual letter. It says, "Dear RMH family," that's Ronald McDonald House family, "as we continue to provide essential services to families alongside our hospital and medical partners, and do everything we can to ensure the safety and well-being of those staying, visiting, and working at the Ronald McDonald House, we are making a change to our admission requirements effective January 17th, 2022. Beginning on January 17th, 2022, everyone 5 years old and older who are working, staying, or visiting our facilities," and it gives the facility addresses, must show proof of fully being bowed down to the altar of Jabbo, of having the product of a certain corporation that back in 2009, I just want to keep on repeating this, CNN labeled as a fraudulent company too big to nail, who the CEO of that company said, hey, you know our product? It was barely effective, if at all.
And we know that the 2 doses of the vaccine offer very limited protection, if any.
That's what the CEO of the company actually said. And the Ronald McDonald House people actually put out this letter saying, we're going to kick you out on the snow-filled streets, you and your cancer patient child, if you don't bow down at the altar of Jabbo and become a paying customer of that big farm guy who said, well, we don't even know if it was effective or not. And in addition to completing our existing screening, unless an accommodation has been sought and has been explicitly approved and granted by RMHBC in writing. So you got a parent of one of those children who's suffering from leukemia, this 4-year-old son who's receiving treatment for this leukemia in this Ronald McDonald House at one of these facilities. He created a Facebook post, and we're going to watch that. And he's going to verify if this letter is bogus or if it's true by asking one of the facility managers, one of the Ronald McDonald House facility managers, are you guys serious about this? You're really going to kick us out and put us out in the snow-filled streets because we didn't bow down at the altar of Jabbo? Listen to this.
So this is a piece of paper. Can Lindsay zoom in on it? This is an eviction notice.
And that is the exact document in PDF that I just read to you here.
I believe to anybody older than 5 who's not vaccinated is getting evicted from Ronald McDonald House. So I'm just gonna go talk to people at the counter and see if it's legit now. Hey there. Do you have like a manager here or somebody I can talk to? It's about this letter we got, about saying everybody here has to be vaccinated.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We know about that letter. Yes, we know about that. Unbelievable, man. This is like, is anybody home?
Hey. Well, I'm just asking, like we got this last night.
Yes.
And, it's just pretty disturbing. I'm just wondering if it's legit. Is this saying that like everybody who's not vaccinated is getting evicted?
Well, we have a grace period to which you can get your first dose, but essentially as of January 17th, it's a board mandate from our board.
So what's she saying? Well, it's a board mandate. I don't really, it's like the cops go, well, I didn't write the law. I'm just here to enforce them. You're actually the conduit through which the evil that this letter is attesting to comes into the world. You're the one. It's like, oh, the board members did it. Hey, it's not me. I'm not going to be the one doing it. But yeah, this is what's going to happen. And by the way, don't worry. You have a grace period to bow down at the altar of Jabbo, as if that makes everything okay.
That's straight. So by the end of the month, my 4-year-old boy with leukemia is getting evicted because we don't have a vaccine.
The parents.
This is, if he was...
She says, the parents. Well, where's the child going to go? If the parents of the child are going to get it, it's like she can't just come right out and say, yep, we're throwing you out. I know it sounds heartless and cruel, but hey, look, I'm not the one that makes the rules. I just follow them. This is the problem with being a conformist versus being a moralist. If we had a world full of moralists, we wouldn't have near the problems that we're having right now. But because we have conformists doing what they're told, regardless of what is right, we have all this evil propagated on the entire land. Well, it's just the parents. No, it's the parents and the child. It's everybody. It's heartless. It's cruel. It's evil. Come on, let's just call it what it is.
6 months older, you'll be getting evicted. But yeah, because we don't have the vaccine, you're going to throw us on the snow with a few weeks' notice. Like, this is some kind of crazy evil like I have never seen in my life. It doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or not. Everybody knows you're supposed to wear the masks because you can go out and catch COVID, transmit it, and bring it back in. That's why vaccinated people have to wear masks, though. So it doesn't matter if you're vaccinated or not. So just, like, the idea is to make people safer.
I'm sorry, sir. Logic and love is not welcome here in this Ronald McDonald House.
About safety. This is coercing people to get a vaccine, choosing between their children and their own beliefs, whether it's religious beliefs, whether they're hesitant to get a vaccine. My kid has gotten all his vaccines. We're not anti-vaxxers. This is absolutely an abomination.
So just let me get this clear. Are you both of you vaccinated?
No.
Okay. So what we're doing is protecting the safety of everybody in the house.
No, you're not. Because a vaccinated person can still get it and transmit it.
That's right. And so what we're trying to do is reduce our risks to the entire
That doesn't make sense. Your conscience is seared. Do you understand? This is absolutely evil.
So do you want me to...
You're evicting kids with leukemia, kids who have strokes,
So what
kids with Down syndrome. Do you understand how evil this is?
would you like to
Where are we going to go?
Are you...
It's hard enough to get by and everything.
Are you staying... Are you using BCFRP? Are you being funded through BCFRP to stay here?
We're cops for kids that's helping us out, and then...
So how long have you been here?
We've been here for months. We have all our stuff here.
Yeah.
And we're still here till
Totally
June.
understand that. Completely understand that.
No matter what your beliefs are, no matter what country you're from or anything, everybody supports sick kids. Everybody thinks kids would be supported. And you're saying that over a vaccine, you're going to evict them. Like, think about what our national anthem says. Like, this is not Canada. This is an absolute disgrace to our country. To be saying that, no, you're sick with leukemia, he's not welcome here anymore? I thought we were a country that stood against segregation. And now you're about to set up a room and scan people's vaccine passports and say, this group of people can stay, and this group of people, you're going outside. Like, this is just...
That, guys, make no mistake, that's exactly what it is. This is segregation. This is discrimination. They're basically saying, oh, you're perfectly fine and welcome here as long as you bow down at the altar of one of the biggest fraudulent organizations and companies in the entire world. But if you haven't, we don't have a place for you. There's no room for you in the inn.
So messed up, and I don't even know what to say. Like, this country's conscience is seared. This is what we think is good and moral and safe, because there's absolutely no coherent thought to this at all. Anybody can transmit COVID. A vaccinated person, unvaccinated person, Omicron's 80% less deadly than the previous variants, and we're strangling people even more now? This is absolutely insane. So, I'm just saying, like, don't think you guys are just gonna get away with this, because we're gonna fight this and just expose this to people, because this is a great evil that has been done today. To evict sick kids with 3 weeks notice.
We're giving you an opportunity, and since he's under 5, he doesn't need to be vaccinated, but certainly the parents staying here do.
We are giving you an opportunity. We're giving you an opportunity to bow down right now at the altar of the big farm guy. And if you don't have a place to stay.
But if he was 6 months older, you would evict a 5-year-old with leukemia.
If he has a accommodation through the hospital, it's the parents. The house is set up as
It's okay.
So
People.
If the child has an accommodation through the hospital, it's the parents who get kicked out. Oh, what do you think that's going to do with the family unit? You kick the parents out. What's going to happen to the child? Who gets custody of the child?
Consciences are still intact. People who still believe in things like love your neighbor and don't believe in segregation will know that this is wrong.
So what do we...
There are states in the U.S. that have no problems, and then there's one regulation, one mandate, they're totally open. The whole world is laughing at us. And think of Australia. If you have COVID, they take you away to a camp for 2 weeks.
So I hear what you're saying, and I
This
appreciate
is absolutely
that.
crazy.
So why don't I just get your room number, and we can also set you up with further questions that you might have. What room number are you in?
It's 232.
232. Okay.
I don't want to do this. I'm an agreeable person. I hate confrontation. But this is so bad. As a man of God, I'm telling you, like, this cannot go on. Like, this is segregation. That's how crazy people are. They say, my body, my choice, my body, my choice. What about my wife's, her body, her choice? It's okay if she wants to get a 3rd trimester abortion, her body, her choice. Then now she doesn't want to get a vaccine that all it does is reduces your chances of hospitalization and death. Like, how does that keep everybody here safe?
So thank you for letting me know your thoughts.
It's common sense, it's logic. This is the truth. This is coercion to try to make people choose between their children and against their conscience. It's wrong.
The social worker will help work
Yeah, I
with
know.
you.
I'm gonna call my social worker. She's
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to breakfast.
Okay.
The thing is, it's time for us all to stand up and rise up together. The problem is, how many of us are there who are really going to rise up and resist and stay the course until the very end? Because when they keep taking these rights away and they see people keep on complying, things get worse and worse and worse. They rarely get better and better and better. So leave your thoughts about this. That is the actual letter that the Ronald McDonald House sent to them, saying that we are going to evict you if you and your family do not bow down. 5 years and older. 5 years and older. Just to me, it's just coming after your kids, you know. Until you become a product placement for the big farm guy, until you bow down at that altar of Jabbo, as we always say, then you don't get a place to live over here. Go ahead. They're basically saying, well, we care if your child dies, but we don't really care that much. It's like, hey, for your protection, for your safety, for your security, you're out of here. Leave your thoughts about that for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video. Hey guys, we know with the way things have been going, it can get really interesting really quick. So make sure you and your family have a long-term storable food supply. Support the channel and get $50 off with my link in the description while you still can.